Airborne is obsolete. In this segment, we're going to talk about why modern warfare doesn't require airborne units anymore. Do you guys know how many soldiers, airmen, and Marines have lost their lives due to airborne fatalities since the end of World War II? Do you guys know that? Let me know what you guys think that number is in the comment section below, guys. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to share that number with you. It is shocking. Guys, let's have an honest conversation here. The notion of airborne is legendary within our military's history. From storming the beach at Normandy to D-Day to, inserting special operations soldiers in Vietnam to conducting covert operations during the Cold War, being airborne signifies bravery, boldness on part of the United States soldier. However, in modern day 2024, is it a necessity? Or are we just holding on to traditions just to hold on to tradition? Let's first talk about the history and the purpose of airborne units. One of the core missions of airborne units is rapidly deploy a massive force and put them on an objective in order to support the nation's interests. It's an infiltration method, guys, that allows the 82nd Airborne to be anywhere within the world within 72 hours, right? That's the intent and purpose of having airborne qualified units. However, with modern day technology, guys, what commander would ever assume that risk? I've been airborne qualified for 15 years. Every 3 months, I'm jumping to maintain that qualifications. 15 years doing global war on terrorism. Not once did anybody conduct an airborne operation anywhere. And I know you guys are going to say, well, what about, the 173rd jumping into Afghanistan? Yeah, but the HLZ was secured, so that doesn't count at all. Truth of the matter is, guys, with the current technology and superior air power that majority of these countries have, no commander will ever authorize a mass infiltration similar to that of D-Day. So why do we have airborne qualified units? Why are we losing soldiers to this outdated infiltration method? Less than a month ago, guys, 2 soldiers died over at JRTC due to an airborne accident. Why? Let's talk about the costs associated with having a airborne qualified soldier. All right, guys, it costs approximately $4,000 to get a soldier down to Fort Benning, go through airborne school, and be airborne qualified. But airborne school is just the beginning. Once airborne school is complete, that soldier then gets to a airborne unit, and then he has to maintain qualification, right? He has to maintain currency, meaning every 3 months, that soldier has to jump. And since he's qualified and he's current, you have to pay him $150 a month. Let's say you have approximately 10,000 qualified airborne soldiers. Guys, that's $18 million a year just to maintain that airborne proficiency in hopes that you'll get to use it one day. On top of the individual person, you now have to maintain those aircraft, right? The C-17s, the C-130 that you're using for those operations. You have to pay fuel every time you go on these airborne operations. All that adds up, guys. So I ask you again, is it really worth it for a skill set that we're never going to use during the modern day era? Guys, if you think we're ever going to use airborne again with the way that warfare is going, with drones and all of that crap, let me know in the comment section below, guys. I seriously do not see it. Now, I know what you're saying. We don't want to lose the air component of the infiltration system that we've developed. We don't want to lose the ability to infiltrate by air. Well, here's a alternative, right? You have Halo and you have Halo, right? Guys, you don't have to be airborne qualified to be able to conduct Halo or Halo type operations. Civilians do that shit all the time. And guess what? They don't jump out of airplanes. So what if you just keep that qualifications with the special operational groups and Ranger Battalion and all the other soft units around the military, maintain that capability. And if you need a unit to go in behind enemy lines at a moment's notice, that's why you have those units for. That's why you have your Ranger Battalion. That's why you have your groups. That's why you have Delta Force. That's why those units exist, right? Guys, look at the early age of the global war on terrorism, right? Afghanistan to be exact. What happened? You sent in the jawbreaker teams that were comprised of CIA and SF dudes. They went in, through Tajikistan, linked up with the Northern Alliance, and the war was over before you know it, right? And then, since the country was secured, you were able to bring these big army units and tanks and artillery and all that crap. Now, let's say I get my way and airborne units go away, right? The 82nd Airborne is still doing their own thing, and they're out there getting after it. And a situation comes up where, holy crap, we messed up. We need to get units downrange immediately. We need them to jump out of an aircraft. Guys, airborne school is 3 weeks. In reality, and if you've been to airborne school, you can attest to this. Guys, the stuff that you learn in airborne school, I could probably learn in 3 days. And since I've been airborne qualified, I've yet to do a proper PLF, right? Guys, to answer that question from the very beginning of the video, approximately 10,000 service members since the end of World War II has died or have been injured due to airborne operations, right? That's the number. Again, it's an estimate. It's probably bigger, all right? But those were the numbers that I was able to gather up during my research for this video. So again, guys, think about it and let me know, based on what we've talked about today, is airborne still a necessity for the United States military?